Howdy guys. Wayne asked a few questions in his post, but I wanted to get through them all because they're kind of like a quick hit kind of questions. What's a reasonable strategy for investing in Bitcoin? That's a very good one. First thing I would do is go learn about the technology. Why is Bitcoin actually scarce? Why would you actually want to own it? And if you don't understand that, then don't bother with the rest of the steps because you don't really understand what's going on. Learn the technology, learn why it's valuable, why it's never going to go over 21 million, and so on. And then, only then, do you open a Coinbase account or a Cash App account or something like that, and then go set a limit order. A limit order is very simple. You just say, I want this much at this price, or you could do a market order. The key is to set it and forget it. The temptation is to always just sort of like lower just a little more every time it comes down, and every time it goes up, you feel bad because you didn't buy it before when it was cheaper and so on. So psychologically, mentally, from sort of that perspective, it's more important just to set it and forget it. Set a limit order, forget about it. And then finally, the hardest part is to hold. And this requires the highest of virtues, requires a lot of patience, a lot of looking at things not that much, and like having the temptation to sell or buy something else other than Bitcoin and so on. It takes a lot of virtue. So concentrate on holding, and that means oftentimes just like not letting your brain sort of run away with your desires, I guess. Stoic philosophy helps a lot here, and if you can certainly do that, that would be very, very helpful. When moon. Moon will only happen with Bitcoin when enough people value it as something scarce. So this is why it's very important for people to learn about Bitcoin before they invest in it. If you're just gambling, then it's just going to be a gambling thing for you, and you're going to go long, go short, whatever, but you're not actually adding to the scarcity by trading. That's not how it works. It's only when you're holding that you're adding to the scarcity and the network effects that come out of it. So that's when moon will happen, is when enough people value it as a scarce item. It's already pretty scarce in the sense that people value it as like worth 6,300 or whatever the price is right now. But that's when moon will happen. Why haven't side chains taken off? This is a little more technical of a question, but largely it's because of the problem. Like getting money into a side chain is easy enough. Getting money out of it tends to be the hard part. And there are really only two approaches that I think have really been discussed very much. One is drive chains, and the other is some form of multi-sig, which we'll call like elements or something like that. And that's why it hasn't taken off, because doing that part is actually hard and very controversial. The code might be easy enough to write. The hard part is getting consensus on the opcodes that need to be there for something like drive chains. And that's not easy. So I would say that would be the reason. But yeah, I mean, maybe I can do like a longer video on what sidechains actually is, and I can explain that. But yeah, that's my thought.